There are things your aging father is quietly longing to hear you say, and he'll almost certainly never tell you what they are. He'd never ask, but hearing them from you would mean more to him than you can imagine. So today, I'll give you the 7 things your father is secretly waiting to hear, and the one he needs most of all. If you have an aging parent, subscribe. This channel is about understanding the people who raised us. Here is what you have to understand about your father. He is not a man who asks for emotional things. He was raised to give, not to need. To be the strong one, the provider, the one who takes care of everyone else and asks for nothing in return. So even now, when there are words he aches to hear from you, he would never in a million years tell you so. He would be far too proud and far too afraid of becoming a burden to ever say out loud, "I really need to hear you say this." So instead, he waits, quietly, patiently, sometimes for years, hoping that one day you might say the thing on your own. And the quiet tragedy is that so often we never do, not because we don't feel it, but because we assume he already knows, or because the moment never seems quite right, or because we too come from a family that simply didn't say these things out loud. So let me tell you exactly what he is waiting for. Here are the 7 things your father is longing to hear, and my hope is that you'll say at least one of them to him soon. Number 7. He is waiting to hear you say thank you. Not a quick, automatic "thanks, Dad" tossed over your shoulder, but a real one. A genuine, look him in the eye thank you for everything he did. Think about how much your father gave over the years and how little of it was ever actually acknowledged. The long hours he worked, the things he quietly went without so that you could have, the steady, unglamorous, decades-long effort of providing for you and keeping you safe. Most of that went completely unthanked, because that's simply how it goes. Children take and parents give, and no one keeps score. But your father noticed the silence, even if he never once said so. And to hear you say, sincerely, "Thank you for everything you did for me, Dad. I know it wasn't easy, and I don't think I ever really thanked you for it." That would land somewhere deep. It would tell him that all of it was seen, that it mattered, that the sacrifices he made in silence did not just disappear into nothing. You would be amazed at how much a heartfelt thank you can mean to a man who gave you everything and quietly assumed you never noticed. Number 6. He is waiting to hear that he was a good father. This one is bigger than you might realize, because underneath his calm exterior, your father may carry a quiet, private fear that he somehow got it wrong, that he made too many mistakes, that he wasn't there enough, or was too hard on you, or fell short in ways you still carry with you. Many fathers go to their graves never truly knowing whether they did a good job at the single most important role of their entire lives because no one ever told them. So imagine what it would do for him to hear you say it. You were a good dad. You did a good job. I turned out okay, and a lot of that is because of you. For a man haunted, even a little, by the worry that he failed you, those words are not just nice to hear, they are a kind of absolution. They answer a question he has been quietly asking himself for decades. You might watch years of quiet doubt lift from his face in a single moment. Some fathers wait their whole lives to hear it and never do. Don't let yours be one of them. The words cost you nothing, and to him they are everything. Even if your father wasn't perfect, and none of them are, you can almost certainly find something true and good to thank him for. And giving him the peace of knowing that he did right by you is one of the most healing gifts you will ever hand him. Number 5. He is waiting to hear that you still need him. One of the quiet griefs of growing older is the slow feeling of becoming unnecessary. For years, your father was essential, the one you ran to, the one who fixed things, the one with all the answers. And then you grew up, capable and independent, exactly as he raised you to be. And little by little, he began to feel like he wasn't really needed anymore. That feeling can be quietly devastating for a man whose entire identity was built on taking care of you. So it means the world to him when you still come to him for advice, for help, for his opinion on something that matters to you. When you say, "Dad, I could really use your advice on this," you are handing him back something precious, a sense of purpose, a reminder that he still matters, that he still has something valuable to give. You don't have to pretend. But if there is something you can genuinely ask him about, then ask. Let him feel useful. Let him feel like he's still your father and not just an old man watching from the sidelines of your life. It's a gift that costs you nothing and means everything to him. If you're realizing there are things you've never said to your father, things you always just assumed he already knew, then keep watching, because the last few are the ones that matter the most of all. Number 4, he is waiting for you to ask about his life. Your father has a whole lifetime of stories inside him. His childhood, his younger years, the people he loved and lost, the things he lived through long before you were ever born. And there's a good chance that almost none of it has ever been told to you, because you never quite thought to ask, and he would never impose it on you unasked. But he would love, far more than he'll ever say, for you to actually want to know. To sit down with him and say, "Dad, tell me about when you were young. What was your life like? What do you remember?" It tells him that his life mattered, that the years he lived are worth remembering, that he is so much more to you than just your parent, that his whole story won't simply vanish the day he's gone. For a man who may quietly fear being forgotten, being asked to share his life is a profound comfort. And there's an urgency here you really shouldn't ignore. Those stories live only in his memory, and one day they will be gone right along with him. So ask now, while he is still here to tell them. You will treasure having heard them for the rest of your life. Number 3, he is waiting to make peace. If there is old hurt between the two of you, and in so many families, your father may be quietly longing to clear it, even if he could never be the one to start that conversation himself. Maybe there's something he did that was never really resolved. Maybe there's something he wishes he could apologize for, but doesn't know how to begin. Or maybe he's waiting, without even knowing it, to hear that you've forgiven him. To say to him, gently, "I know things weren't always perfect between us, Dad, but that's all behind us now. I love you and I'm grateful for you." That can heal something that has quietly ached in both of you for years. You don't have to relitigate the entire past or assign blame to anyone. The goal isn't to reopen old wounds. It's to lay them down, together, while there's still time to do it. Because carrying unfinished business with a parent is one of the heaviest weights a person can be left holding after they're gone. And clearing the air while he's still here is a gift to both of you. Few things bring an aging father more peace than knowing that, whatever once happened, things are truly good between you now. Number 2, he is waiting to hear that you're okay, that he doesn't have to worry about you anymore. A father never really stops worrying about his children. It's a weight he has carried since the very day you were born. And it doesn't simply lift just because you're grown. In his quieter moments, he worries about how you're really doing, whether you're happy, whether you're going to be all right, especially as he starts to think about a future that he won't always be around to watch over. And one of the kindest things you could ever do is to ease that worry for him, to look him in the eye and say, "I'm okay, Dad. I've got a good life. You don't have to worry about me. You did enough. To let him know that he can finally set down the burden he has carried for so long, that you are going to be all right, that all of his work truly paid off. For a father quietly wondering whether he can ever rest easy about you, hearing that you're okay, really, genuinely okay, is one of the greatest reassurances there is. You would be giving him permission to finally exhale. And number one, the thing he longs to hear most of all. He is waiting to hear you say, "I love you." It's the simplest thing on this entire list, and for so many of us, it is somehow the hardest. 3 small words. But if your family was anything like most, they were rarely ever said out loud. Love was shown and assumed and understood, but almost never actually spoken. And your father, who probably struggles to say those very words himself, is quietly aching to hear them from you. To know, plainly and without a shadow of a doubt, that his child loves him. So do not assume that he already knows. Even if it seems obvious, even if it feels like it goes without saying, say it anyway. Because there is a world of difference between a love that is quietly assumed and a love that is spoken out loud, directly to someone's face. I love you, Dad. Those words, said sincerely, can mean more to him than almost anything else you will ever give him. And here is the beautiful part. Saying it first gives him permission to say it back. You might just unlock words that he has been unable to get out for your entire life. Picture his face in that moment, the surprise, the relief, the quiet crack in a lifetime of composure. That is what those 3 words can do. And once they've finally been said between you, they get easier every time after. One day, there will be no more chances left to say it, and the people who say it in time carry peace, while the people who wait carry regret. So don't wait. Say the 3 words he has been longing to hear. Say them soon, and say them like you mean it, because you do. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Don't let this be one more video you watch, nod along to, and then quietly forget by tomorrow. Pick just one of these 7 things, whichever one landed hardest, whichever one you know in your gut your father needs to hear, and say it to him. This week, maybe even today. You don't have to say all 7 at once, and you certainly don't have to make it into some big, awkward production. Just find a quiet moment and say the thing. Say thank you. Tell him he was a good father. Tell him you still need him, or that you're okay now, or that you love him. Whichever one it is, say it out loud while he is still here to hear it. Because there will come a day when the chance is simply gone, and every unsaid thing stays unsaid forever. And the people who found the courage to speak while there was still time are the ones who get to live without that particular regret. So go and give your father the words he has been quietly waiting for. If this touched you, take a moment to subscribe and share it with someone whose father is still here. And then go and say the thing before it's too late to say it.